Greetings from chess.com. I am here to cover the journey of India's 11th Grandmaster and Gujarat's first Grandmaster, Tejas Bakre. So happy birthday to Grandmaster Tejas. Let's know more about him through this video. He started chess at a young age. His father taught him the initial moves, and then with the help of books and tournaments, he started learning more about chess. He went on to play many state and national events and later also played in many international events. His favorite chess piece is a knight, and when I asked him about his favorite books, he said that autobiographies of Andre Agassi and Rafael Nadal were some of his favorites. He also likes books of Chetan Bhagat. And when I asked him about his favorite movies, then he said that Three Idiots, Inception, and Marvel movies are his favorites. And he likes Sicilian classical with the black side, and then open Sicilian is white when it comes to chess openings. And from the series he mentioned only Test Case is new to me, all the others I have watched and they are very good. And he has this unique accomplishment of becoming the first Indian to become this Asian sub-junior champion, and then he has won the Asian Junior Championship twice. He's got World Youth Olympic gold, he's got bronze medal in Commonwealth, and there was a time when we used to have two national events. One was National B and then National A. So the top 30 would then go and play in the National A. So he has won the National B event. Later it was National Challengers and National Premiers, and now it is just Senior Nationals. So he has become a National B champion. He's also got second place in National Rapid, and he's won many international events, including the Bangkok Club Championship. So it was great to know about Grandmaster's accomplishments. Now it's time to look at some of his best moments on the chessboard. This is a game that he played against Robert Hess. So you must be knowing about Robert Hess. He does a lot of commentary on chess.com. In this position after knight gf6, Tejas Bakre played bishop to c4. And he has a special threat in mind, which Robert Hess fails to notice. He plays pawn to b5. This is a good chance for you to see what you would do as white. Okay, I'm going to reveal the move now. The correct move in this position is the obvious check with bishop takes f7. And what this does is it disrupts the black's king, and then number two, it gives a lot of initiative to white after king takes f7. No, it's not knight g5 that you usually see here, because there is no queen trap here. If the queen was on d8 and the pawn on c7, then you usually get this knight e6 and knight c7 trick. But in this position, the idea is not to go knight g5, but to go pawn to e5, intending a deadly fork again. So after e5 in this position, his opponent played knight b6, he played knight g5 check, and then picked up the knight. The brilliance doesn't end here. I have another moment to show you. After bishop f6, knight ce4, bishop f5, knight g3, bd7, he plays a4. A very nice move aimed at getting the c4 square. If black plays pawn takes a4, then the c4 square is very much in our control. But in this position after a4, Robert has played knight d5, and then after ab5, cb5, Tejas Bakre played queen to f3, attacking this knight on d5. Because after queen c6, he had a deadly idea in mind. So again, a good moment for you to pause and see if you can match the moves with Grandmaster Tejas Bakre. I think again this is one of the best moves played by an Indian Grandmaster. Definitely makes it to the top list. Okay, I'm going to reveal the move now. The move is rook takes e7. And after rook takes e7, you see there is rook into d7 threatened now because the queen is overburdened. If you take knight takes e7, that's what happened in the game. I'll come back to it. But if you take bishop takes e7, there is a mate on f7. So in the game he took knight takes e7 and Tejas Bakre played queen takes f6. Now the idea is very simple: queen f7 mate. If you go rook f8, there is queen takes knight. So in this position, Robert has played queen to d5, and now again it's a good moment to see what you would do as white. In this position, if you chose queen takes knight, that also works, because after queen takes knight, you can't really go rook e8 because there's queen d7. Rook e1 is no problem because of knight f1. But Tejas Bakre played b3, intending to go c4 and also get the rook into the game, and here Robert has resigned. It may seem too early, but the result is very obvious because after c4 there is no way black could keep protecting the square on f7. A sample line could be, let's say if black plays knight to f5, then white could play something like knight e4, and then maybe intending to go bishop h6 in some lines. So another line could be, let's say c4, b takes c4, and then rook to a5. This is actually more effective than the one I showed earlier. So rook a5, the queen cannot go to a5 because of the mate, and this position is not possible for black to defend. So that was the first game. I have another game to show you. This is a game in which he played against international master Satya Pragyan. I am coming to the critical position after bishop b7. Here Tejas Bakre played queen to h3, and his opponent played h6, and Tejas Bakre feels that this was a dubious move because though this plan looks originally in nature, it has some flaws mainly connected to underdevelopment since the king is in the center. In this position after h6 he played a3, and after rook g8 he played knight d4, and he says that this is the only piece which did not do much and it comes in the center and actually creates a huge threat. Now after knight d4 his opponent did not really realize about the potential danger and just played g5, and here is a moment for you to see what you would do as white. Okay, if you have chosen fg5, good. The killer blow comes here. Yes, it is knight takes e6. Kudos if you have found it. And after knight takes e6, black's king is in a terrible position. After f e6, rook takes f6 follows. Before queen e6, it is better to play rook f6 because it comes with a threat. And now black has to capture the rook, otherwise the sacrifice works in white's favor. And then you play queen takes e6. Now black has two threats, queen f6 and queen g8. And in this position, Satya Pragyan played knight to e7, and Tejas Bakre played queen takes f6. And now he has pawns, a lot of pawns plus a piece in exchange for a rook. So after 000, he played bishop to g5. Now I think, yeah, 3 pawns for white. And then after queen e6 check, he decides to exchange off the queens, because this position, according to Tejas Bakre, after the queens are off, there is very little counterplay available to black, and white could take the point home without much difficulty. So then gets his rook into the better position, and then starts rolling his pawns, and then in no time you see these pawns become very deadly, and then he manages to promote his pawn to a queen, and just after a few moves his opponent resigned, and thus he won a very nice game. So I hope you liked the games that I covered, and great and happy birthday to Grandmaster Tejas Bakre. Thanks for sending those games. And dear viewers, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel. I'll be back with another video soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.